I'm Lloyd. I'm an electrician. I work for Craft Electric. Well, being an electrician, that's part of my job. I have to climb the ladder. Everything's not down here where I can handle it. Most things are over my head. I was at a CSX Transflow metal building, say 50 by 50 or something like that, Space heaters that they have hanging from the ceiling. The elements had gone bad in the ones that were up there. And so we were replacing those units. I was standing on the ladder holding the bracket with this hand and using my impact with a self-tapping screw in the other hand. The screw will twist on you. Moved over, and whenever it did, I guess it must have thrown my weight off balance. I don't really know exactly how I fell. I must have hit on my back on the water fountain and then hit the floor. My hip was shattered, broke my arm, this bone here, and I can't remember what they call that. Then I broke 3 ribs and punctured a lung. So I'm non-weight bearing with my left arm, so I can't put any weight with my left arm. So that's why I have to be in a wheelchair. Providing for my family, that's my thing to do. Yeah, I don't want to be helpless. Thank goodness that thing was just temporary, because being in a wheelchair and being in this house, it's really great to be moving around. Happy that TherapySouth put me into this position,
He came in, he was very quiet, took that on emotionally. He's like, man, I can't work. I'm gonna be in a wheelchair for the next 3-4 months. And so you could kind of see that when you first met him.
I mean, you really just get to know him, and it's like every week you want to know the updates of the week.
Mason's a big sportsman, so I've learned all about his fishing and kayaking adventures.
And I don't know if he was living vicariously through me, but we were able to talk about fishing. I could see him just light up talking about it.
Haley just bought her a house not too long ago.
Everybody that comes in here, we know a little bit of their story, and we're interested in that, genuinely interested, like having that connection, and so that's really fun.
I was able to get out of that wheelchair. I graduated to crutches then, and then it was on there at TherapySouth.
So it went from 1 to 3 days a week. It got pretty aggressive.
There was all kind of painful little things that they would get you to do.
Once we got to February and he was able to put weight through it, then it was a transition to just focusing on get him walking, get him standing, get strength back in that leg.
They have some parallel bars, and we would do some walking, lifting your leg between the parallel bars. There was all kind of little things. I'd do some hand exercises.
Grip strength, of course, is super important.
Haley, she's their hand therapist. She helps so much.
You start to focus more on their previous job. He was climbing ladders.
He had me tote stuff up and down a ladder.
He was always up for it.
He's one of the hardest workers that I've ever seen.
He'd be like, all right, I need a break. And so we'd take a little break and chat about whatever, and then he'd be like, okay, I'm ready.
It was cool to see him progress again from this quiet guy to, at the end, he was yelling in here and cutting up. Oh, it's so gratifying.
Yeah, I changed a lot, because when I went in there, I was with a wheelchair. When I went out, I was standing up and walking around. I fell and got hurt, but I was actually blessed because I met those people. I feel blessed to have been able to have them help me get back on my feet.